about 150 yards off the crest of the mountain up here. And I might end up there later if this wind doesn't cooperate, but so far, I'm just on this side enough that my wind is going straight up the mountain. I'm thinking this buck is bedded on the next ridge over in a thick laurel and pine thicket over there. Everything tells me that he's coming through here. Every now and then to check these doe beds that were down here on this front side. Right down here in the late morning, it gets a lot of sun. And you know, this ridge right here, this ridge I'm on, it runs southwest. So my wind is going straight up like here. And early this morning in the dark, I heard a deer go across this top up here above me. I think that's a buck, but I don't think it's my buck I'm after. I think that's a satellite buck. And I think this big buck is over here on this next ridge in tighter cover, right in the smack middle of all the deer travel. So my plan is to wait until the sun is up high enough to warm some of these low ridges down in here, which will create more of that western thermal for me. And that'll allow me to come over here and top out and get over against that thicket and grunt him out. Put one through his heart. So that's the plan so far, going pretty good. Past weekend I was out in the mountains and on a pretty good hunt, making a play, and I screwed up. If I'd have been smart and done like I normally do, which is go into the woods with a basic plan and then allow the conditions on the ground and the things that I'm seeing dictate what happens, I stuck to my plan and didn't realize that the beds I was seeing was gonna result in deer showing up behind me. Got a little too high on the mountain and had deer come in below me, and they hit my scent trail in, and I think I just screwed up on a pretty good buck. And to top all that off on, I dropped my gun. So I'm out here today and just making sure we're good at 100. I had to bug out, finish my hunt, and just call it a day and come out and shoot. So I shot it at 50 yards. I wanted to get back out and do an evening hunt, so I shot it at 50 yards, and it was good enough. So I thought, well, I better come out here and just make sure in case I get that ridge to ridge 100-yard shot. Let's go down there and see how I did. We shot at 100. Right there we are. 1 inch high at 100, baby. Good enough. That ought to get the job done. It's always nice to have confidence in what you're carrying, knowing you can thread the needle if you need to. Shooting a CVA Optima, and really like that gun. Shoots really good. You know, down here in Virginia, we don't get a tremendous amount of cold weather, but I did learn something today. We had a cold snap hit us, and this morning it was 9 degrees here in Virginia. This is a cleaning product that CVA makes. I just have it in a separate little squirt bottle. That thing's been in my car for 2 days, and I just realized it's frozen. So I'm gonna have to clean this up at home, I think, and let this warm up a little bit. That's something I didn't ever see happen before, so it's something to keep in mind. This CVA Optima will shoot a 3-shot group. If you clean in between it, it'll shoot a consistent 3-shot group at about 1.25 inches group at 100. And Been real happy with how it shoots. But I believe I'm going to strip this thing down tonight and clean it really good. Because right now I'm cleaning it with ice the way it looks. So, but yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Normally I carry everything in this bino harness. When I'm muzzleloader hunting, I generally don't carry binoculars. Most of my shots are 40, 50 yards. Powder horn here goes in here. Been keeping this cleaning spray in here, but that's proven to be frozen. I'll have to carry that in my pocket, I guess, where my body heat will keep it warm. Then patches and powder measure and bullet seeder and all that goes in here. And when I'm out in the field, that thing just is real handy. Keep all my loading and reloading stuff handy. But when you're muzzleloader hunting, it's nice to have all that stuff right here, so you're not dropping your pack and having to get another pouch or whatever out. So keep that in mind. We're gonna run a couple more patches here, take this thing home and strip it down and get it good and clean and dry for the coming weekend. But I don't think I need to shoot it again. That one shot right there at an inch high at 100 is centered up enough for me. And we're good to go. Yeah, check out a CVA Optima. It's kind of a mid-range gun. It's got that removable breech plug right here. I've been real happy with this gun. It's gonna do really good for me. So, okay, I'm out here again today doing some tracking. And I think this is my buck. Got a pretty deep track. And yesterday, I got 110, which it's about 26 inches, which is kind of the starting point for, a decent buck. But depending on what terrain he's stepping through, this track gets a little shorter, a little longer. You can see here how wide his stagger is. So this is definitely a buck. I just don't know. Just don't know how big he is. So we're gonna follow this for a little bit through this pine stand, and there's a ravine that comes down right over there. I think that's probably where he's headed. And I'm just gonna look for some historical rubs in here. See if there's any fresh rubs in here. Holy crap. Oh no, that's a dead pine tree. Okay, that's a giant rub. So yeah, out here doing a little late season scouting.